brothels used luxury apartments with rents exceeding $3,600 per month, and women were recruited under false pretenses via website advertising nude Asian models for photography. Look, these OnlyFans models are getting these.
Yes.
Plenty of it. And the men and women who disparage them are just jealous.
You're just jealous because you can't make this money.
Let sex workers work and then make it legal. If you want to reduce human trafficking, make it legal.
This is an Unsolicited Perspectives YouTube exclusive.
Jay, you know what I like?
What's that?
I like a good brothel every now and then.
No.
I'm just playing. Somebody sent me a news report, and this is old. It happened 2 years ago, but it was brought to my attention that there were brothels right down the road from me. So in 2023, federal authorities dismantled a sophisticated interstate brothel network operating in Northern Virginia and Massachusetts. This operation involved high-end brothels in Fairfax and Tyson's Corner, Virginia, rich areas, as well as in Massachusetts City, Watertown, and Cambridge, also rich areas. The brothels cater to wealthy, well-connected clients, including government contractors, military officers, doctors, lawyers, elected officials. The clientele reportedly paid up to $600 an hour or subscribed to monthly memberships for pre-approved access. The operation was run by, I'm going to call them the Lee brothers. They're probably not related, but it was three guys with the last name Lee who were arrested in November 2023 and later charged with conspiracy to coerce individuals into prostitution and money laundering. The brothels used luxury apartments with rents exceeding $3,600 per month, and women were recruited under false pretenses via website advertising nude Asian models for photography. These sites also allowed clients to rate the women, which is crazy. Han Lee was sentenced in March 2025 to 4 years in prison for her role in the operation. Legal proceedings against other operators are ongoing. Despite the arrest, none of the clients have been publicly named or charged as of now because they were government contractors, military officers, doctors, lawyers, and had a lot of money. So the reason why I brought this up was it's crazy. It was right down the road. I had no idea. Well, I wouldn't have any idea because this is out of my economic stratosphere. And two, sex work. Like if the women are being recruited and they're actually being trafficked, no bueno. But there are sex workers, and I've interviewed them, who participate in these things. And
it's incredibly lucrative. It always has been.
Look, these OnlyFans models are getting munties. Plenty of it. And the men and women who disparage them are just jealous.
You're just jealous because you can't make this money.
Right. Look,
you ugly.
I'll put my feet on Foot Finder right now if I could get $50,000.
Not your clodhoppers.
I got a friend, and she's attractive. And she was like, I thought about it. And I was like, I'll help you set it up. And just give me a percentage because you would make money. Trust me. I was like, you got any identifiable tattoos? Just one. I was like, we can cover it up. You can wear a mask, create this whole persona. You can get some money. And there's this whole, I have a friend that's always, they were sexually assaulted. And they are truly, truly against human trafficking. And they say a lot of the crisis at the border surrounds around human trafficking. And I'm not going to dispute that. Right. I also believe that sex workers, I'm of the, and I've always said this, I believe the things that are illegal in this country, like drugs, like prostitution, if you controlled it like they do alcohol,
and cigarettes,
and cigarettes and things of that,
and prescription drugs,
then you can control the illegal aspects of it because it's no longer illegal.
And you can help the people that want to be rights,
right? And you can help the people that want to participate in this because whether it was every woman in these brothels trafficked, I don't know. Maybe there were some that want to participate because they was getting money. I know for a fact there are men and women out there that want to participate in sex work because they get money.
Yeah.
These people should be allowed to participate. And if you make it legal, you can not eliminate, but like really, really reduce,
Yes.
dramatically reduce
Yes.
the amount of human trafficking in this country.
Yeah. But
just
you
like
got to look
prohibition.
at, but the reason why, this has always been my opinion, that things like drugs and sex work are illegal is because of who's profiting. You got Black and brown people profiting. Who's profiting off booze and cigarettes? The
whites.
The white people that run the company.
The whites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so that is, it's always been about who's getting the money. Who is creating wealth for themselves. We don't want them to do that. This kind of story, first of all, government officials and high-end clientele and all that stuff, that's a tale as old as time, baby. They've been doing that. Tale as old as time. They're doing it right now. They're going to continue to do it. But protections need to be in place for people who engage in sex work so that if something goes wrong, they can go to the authorities and get some sort of justice or restitution or whatever they need. Like there needs to be protections in place. But hey,
the wrong people getting
wrong people are getting paid.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny when you go back to prohibition, because I always said prohibition was always a black eye on this country because they outlawed something that was legal, and then all they did was make people that participated in the illegal aspects of selling alcohol, make them rich.
Yeah.
And that essentially created organized crime in this country, because even mafia figures now will say the mafia was just like, they were just loan sharks and bookies. Like they weren't really getting no money.
Yeah.
But prohibition gave them the access to create large sums of income to the point where they could start infiltrating unions and start getting into the American society and really influencing it.
Yeah.
And drug money is the same, right? Drug money, there's a lot of drug money out there. And they always try to say, well, that's in the inner city communities. No. Iran-Contra affair, just go ahead and look it up. The government was participating and supplying drug dealers with cocaine in this country.
Yeah.
And as long as they were getting what they needed, which was to supply weapons, get money to supply weapons to the Contras to fight communism, they was cool with it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, when that conflict is over, then we want to crack down.
Yeah.
And I just look at the hypocrisy of it, and I say, let sex workers work and then make it legal, and then you will dramatically reduce. If you want to reduce human trafficking, make it legal.
Yeah.
Make it legal.
Because where is your argument against it? Is there a moral? It's the moral aspect. Okay. They are providing a service just like anybody else.
What's the oldest occupation?
Sex work.
Prostitution is the oldest occupation. It's like, look, people want to do, by and large, unless you're asexual, people want a couple of things in life. Some food to eat.
Yeah.
A comfortable bed, a comfortable place to sit down, have themselves a little seat.
Yeah.
And sex.
Yes. It is a biological function. It is how we get here.
Every creature on this planet participates in it. Right?
Like it is a part of the life cycle.
Right. And yes, part of the life cycle, but it's also very pleasurable.
Yeah.
So yes, people are going to always do this. And so I never understood, yes, there's a moral aspect. And it's like, I remember talking to somebody, and it's like a slippery slope, that at what point will you put an end to a certain limit? And I like, that's not up to us. If you're a Christian, it's not up to us. we got to answer for whatever we do. You're not the judge, jury, and executioner.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole point of Christianity, is that you're not the judge.
Yeah.
There's one judge, and it's not you.
It's not you. So let me live my life, and I'm going to pay for it later. If I want to drink a pint of alcohol a day, I'm going to drink a pint of alcohol a day. And guess what? You ain't got to pay for it. I'm going to pay for it later in life. And it might be at 70 years old, my eyes are falling out of my head, and I'm jaundiced. And it's like, why you do this to yourself? Well, I thought it was good at the time, but now, I wish I didn't do it. Guess what? I still did it. And you know what? I enjoyed it while I was doing it. Let me live my life.
Yeah.
And so I just thought this was funny because they were sex trafficking. They were bringing people in under a misguided
under false pretenses.
Under false pretenses. And that needs to be busted. But also, if it's legal, it's easier to bust something like that.
Yeah.
That's my only argument.
I ain't selling it. Nobody don't want it.
Join the conversation and follow the Unsolicited Perspectives podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your audio podcasts.